It was nearly midnight. The last train to Wellingford was 10 minutes away, and the icy wind that swept across Platform 9 pierced through coats, skin, and dignity. Emma stood quietly near the far end, clutching her daughter in one arm and a half-empty wallet in the other. Her fingers trembled not from cold, but from the weight of another impossible day. Her little girl, Lily, 7 years old, was asleep on her shoulder. Her cheek nestled in the curve of Emma's neck, unaware of the anxiety coursing through her mother's veins. Emma's shoes were worn at the edges, her coat missing a button, and her pride fraying more quickly than her clothes. The ticket machine blinked £8.90 one way. Emma's balance, 6.25 she exhaled. Hard tears pricked her eyes. Again, she had walked 4 miles from the hospital where she cleaned rooms all day, missed the last bus because Lily had a fever, and used her remaining coins to buy and a chocolate bar, the only dinner for her daughter tonight. She didn't regret that. But now she was stuck. Her eyes scanned the crowd. Most people looked down at their phones, earphones in, minds miles away from the tired woman and her child. Emma looked up at the machine one last time, then turned. She walked up to a tall man in a dark overcoat, his back to her. He looked polished, maybe in his late 30s, possibly a banker or businessman on his way home. There was a quietness to him, an air of solitude that didn't feel cold. She swallowed her pride and whispered, "I'm sorry, I can't pay, but my daughter's sick. We need to get home. Could you help us?" The man turned. His expression didn't show pity, just attention. Real, focused attention. His eyes, a soft steel blue, scanned her face, then glanced down at Lily. He didn't say a word, just reached into his coat pocket, pulled out his wallet, and handed her a crisp £20 note. Emma's heart nearly burst. Teeth, thank you, she gasped, already blinking back tears. Just get her home safe, the man said simply, nodding once. Before Emma could say more, he turned and disappeared into the crowd. Emma and Lily made it home that night. She put Lily to bed and stared at the ceiling, wondering who that man was, why he'd helped, what his story might be. She would never see him again. For, so she thought. The next morning, Emma arrived late to the hospital, hair tucked under a cap, her cleaning trolley squeaking down the hallway. She moved quietly, wiping windows and mopping floors. The nurses smiled, but most people barely noticed her. Then, she walked past conference room, beyond stopped dead in her tracks. The man from the train station was in there, not in a coat, but a charcoal suit, standing tall, speaking with confidence to a room full of administrators and doctors. As the new head of operations, someone introduced him. Mr. Nathan Carter will be working directly with the hospital board and expansion committee. Emma ducked her head before he could see her, her heart pounding. That man was the new executive director. Over the next week, Emma avoided eye contact anytime she passed Mr. Carter in the hall. She didn't want him to feel awkward or worse, regret his act of kindness, but he never seemed to notice her, until one day, it was pouring rain. The cafeteria had run out of sandwiches again. Emma was about to take a break when her manager approached. There's a spill in the executive conference room. Can you handle it quickly? Emma sighed, nodded, and rolled her trolley upstairs. She pushed the door open and froze. Nathan Carter was still inside, reviewing a folder. He looked up. For a moment, their eyes met. Recognition flashed in his. She lowered hers quickly and started mopping. You never told me your name, he said gently. Emma froze. I didn't want to intrude, I was just grateful you helped. He stood, walked over slowly. Do you always travel that late with your daughter? Emma nodded, eyes still lowered. Only on Thursdays. I clean the night shift. He was quiet, for a long beat, then he said, would you come back here at 4 p.m. tomorrow? Why? I'd like to talk. The next day, Emma arrived outside the office, her palms sweaty. Nathan Carter offered her a seat. I was raised by a single mother, he said. We were homeless for a time. I know how much strength it takes to keep going. Emma was stunned. I've reviewed your employment record. You've never taken a day off without cause. You're well liked by staff. Quiet, humble, strong. She didn't know where he was going with this. We're launching a new internal childcare and support initiative for staff. I want you on the pilot team, not as a cleaner, but as a community liaison, better pay, daytime hours, a new start. Emma blinked, speechless. I don't have the qualifications. You have experience life can't teach. Emma walked out of that office feeling 10 feet taller. That one moment at a train station, where she had whispered a desperate plea to a stranger, had become the key to a door she never dreamed she could open. She didn't know the full story behind Nathan Carter, why he'd chosen her, what haunted him from his past. But she knew this, Kindness never returns empty, and sometimes, angels wear suits and wait on platforms when all hope seems gone. Emma adjusted her new ID badge, community liaison, staff wellness division, and tucked it into her pocket. It had been 3 weeks since Nathan Carter, the stranger from the train station, changed her life with one unexpected offer. She now worked daytime hours, had a reliable salary, and even started attending night classes to complete her social work certification. Lily's health had improved too. With the stress lifting, Emma felt hope for the first time in years. But one question kept echoing in her mind. Why her? One quiet afternoon, Emma was walking past the executive lounge when she saw Nathan seated alone at the large corner table. Papers were scattered before him, but his eyes were distant, unfocused, almost haunted. He looked up, caught her gaze. "You've got a minute?" he asked. Emma hesitated, then stepped inside. "I never thanked you properly," she said, "for everything. You did." That night, he replied softly. "Your eyes said more than words ever could." A long silence stretched between them. Then Nathan inhaled. Slowly. "Do you know why I helped you that night?" he asked. Emma shook her head. Nathan leaned forward. "I was ready to give up." Nathan's voice was calm, but tinged with something deeper. Rawness. "I had just returned from burying my mother. She'd battled cancer for 4 years. I missed most of it, too busy being a corporate success story. I hadn't seen her in over a year before she passed." He clenched his jaw, then released it. "She left me a letter, said she forgave me, said she knew I was running from something. But what broke me was her last line." He pulled out a folded, faded note from his wallet. Emma read the words, scrawled in gentle, shaky cursive. Greater than son. "Find someone to help before you lose yourself completely. Give to someone who truly needs it. Let that moment redeem you." "That was the night I saw you at the train station," Nathan whispered. "That letter was still in my coat pocket." Emma was stunned. "Your help didn't just save my night, it saved my spirit," she said softly. Nathan smiled, but it was the kind of smile that trembles right before it breaks. "I didn't save you, Emma. You saved me. You reminded me of what mattered. That real strength isn't about climbing higher, it's about reaching lower to lift someone up." Emma felt tears welling in her eyes, not from sadness but understanding. "I always thought I was invisible," she said, "just someone mopping floors, rushing home with half a dinner in her purse. But you saw me." Over the next months, the hospital's wellness program, driven by Emma's insight, she helped create support services for other struggling staff, organized food drives, arranged after-hours childcare, and mentored younger single parents. Word of the initiative spread across the region. Other hospitals requested guidance. Grants began to pour in. Emma stood on a stage one evening, speaking to a room of healthcare leaders. "I used to believe I was alone," she told the crowd. "But one act of kindness reminded me that none of us truly are. Sometimes, we're just waiting for a stranger to notice and choose compassion over convenience." Nathan watched from the front row, pride etched across his face. One day, months later, Emma received an envelope in the mail, no name, just her address. Inside was a scholarship letter. Full funding. Masters in Social Work, Ivy Bridge University. A note was tucked inside. Greater than. For the girl who whispered at a train station and changed more lives than she ever knew. In Emma covered her mouth. Lily, now smiling and strong, peeked over her shoulder. "Is that from the nice man with the kind eyes?" she asked. Emma nodded. "Yes, sweetheart, it is." Years later, Emma sat in a circle of first-year social work students. She shared her story, not just about struggle, but about the moment a stranger heard her whisper. And every time she told it, she ended with the same words. Greater than. Don't underestimate a moment of compassion. You never know whose life it might change, including your own. Nathan Carter's name was etched in bronze on the hospital's new family support wing. He never sought recognition, but his legacy lived on in every act of kindness that followed that one night. And Emma, she never stood at a train station, desperate again. Because someone listened when she whispered. And then gave her a voice strong enough to speak for others.